back down here in the shop. It's Monday. We're getting some work done. We went to pick up some new tires this week. I got our new tires mounted up right here. If you haven't.
They're gonna be some good ones. Yeah.
Brand new tires going on this bad boy just to go practice.
Yeah.
So you see how new tires are made. So, anyways, say we done got one brand new one right there on the right front. Anyways, got the shop cleaned up, got our table cleaned off. Brando is supposed to be here tomorrow to put some colors on this bad boy. We will try to go live on our other platforms. One that starts with a T, and we may go on live on our other platform, one that starts with an F. We go live over here on YouTube. It don't really do that well, so we don't try to go live over here often. It really, you only have like 5 or 6 people watching, if that. So that's why we don't really bother with going live over here. But if you're around on the other social media platforms, check those out. Be watching for them tomorrow. We may try to go live while Brando's here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I feel like most people are. Most people that comment on YouTube now comment on those platforms.
Yeah, so appreciate Brando and Tiny for getting everything squared away and getting it to us in a timely fashion and order. That way we can hopefully be ready to go for Thursday night. We're going to try to practice Thursday night, weather permitting. Right now, the weather's not looking too favorable, but that's our plans. So Dallas is still getting our new tires mounted up right there. I'm about to start working on cutting some plate right here. I actually seen, I believe it was Luke Riddle commented, but what was funny about this idea here, I was laying in bed last night about 10 o'clock trying to go to sleep, and I couldn't go to sleep, and my mind was running, and just happened to think, I was like, well, heck, I could put a door right there to help, number one, help hold the ramps in going down the road. Number two, it would act as a ramp to fill that gap up, kind of like a enclosed trailer. And then I seen Luke commented, so that's what we're about to cut out right there to basically cap this off. We're gonna weld some hinges right here in that vicinity. That way the door will be closed. It'll hold the ramps in. Then when you let the ramps out, it'll raise up. It'll act as a second ramp there for that big gap we had. We did get some more spray paint to spray bomb this bad boy. Get it good and red for everything. My dad, he's up here working on getting our electrical box wired up. You see we got our wires there and everything. Our trailer lights, now we're working on getting a wire for the 110 for the generator. Had to drill us a hole there so that it'll come up through that tread plate nice and neat. Got our round bar here for our tire racks. We got to weld some washers on that and make two locking rods. I'm thinking I'm going to try to wrap this in some sheet metal. I got enough red left over to wrap some sheet metal around it. How far down and how much of it, that's to be determined. I'm not really sure yet on that, but I am thinking about doing that, so we'll see how that goes. I know it's going to be really hard to put some sheet metal right here going all the way down, which I think would look the best, but the problem with that is you got the battery door right here that you have to access the battery. So we're trying to get all that situated. I'm gonna get them welded in, then I'm gonna start trying to put stuff in the trailer, such as the spring smasher, the gear rack, all that stuff, so that we can kind of see where all that needs to be. But right now I got the air compressor loaded up, about to hook the plasma cutter up and get these little trap doors cut out.
All right, guys, so it's now getting dark, but let's go out here and see. So they started priming. So that's all the random color. Looks like he started it, but he didn't finish it. And then Chris has been working on wiring all this afternoon.
Why do you get one so complicated?
I don't know. Because he don't know what he's looking at with that.
All complicated.
Alright, so he's got all this wired in. They got the spring smasher in there. It's like at the tip top. You can see that there. So, yeah. It's where everything is currently at. Brad's getting a diesel heater hooked back up because obviously I told him earlier that we were done with it. And I'm not done with it because I'm freezing. So he got that hooked back up so I don't have to freeze. I threatened to go home and he's like, "I'll get you some heat." So anyway, Brandon, like Brad said, should be coming to wrap the car tomorrow. So then we can get everything squared away. I think Brad, tomorrow the plan is to start working on car, start working on setup before Brandon gets here and everything, just checking toe, caster, camber, all of that, trying to get it on scales. Well, I don't know if he'll do that tomorrow or if he'll do that after Brandon does that because he likes to scale it in the same place, so it needs to go over a little bit more. But we've still got to go through all of the setup and finalize everything with the race car. But we'll do that tomorrow. So I'm sure this will be a 2-part video because we haven't videoed much today because it's just been small odd and end stuff. But one thing Brad did get done too, let me show you this. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's not, but okay, so he did get these. Those are going to be pretty handy to have. So when the ramps are out, that's going to kind of act as a little ramp to fill the gap. But then when the ramps are in there, that's going to hold the ramps in there so that they don't fall out. So it's kind of a double duty thing. But anyway, that's where we're at today. Alright guys, so generator wiring is finished up. Chris got all that done. I showed you guys that as a work in progress earlier. So there's where it starts, comes around there, and then there's an outlet. Also got our spring smasher here. Got our cart or shelf for all of our lubricants. This also opens up and we usually put spark plugs and stuff like that in there. And then you got your fuel jugs and the gear tote. So it looks like everything that we need on a weekly basis is going to be able to be in here.
Come out to what?
The four-wheeler fits in here perfect all the way to the wall. So everything fits in here just like he had planned, thankfully.
Only thing that don't fit is pit lights.
Yeah.
We didn't think about those. We measured them a second ago. The tubes that we put them in, the PVC pipe, is 127 inches long. The trailer's 89 inches wide. So
we'll have to figure that one out. Everything else is what we didn't even think about the pit lights.
What?
What are you doing? Alright, so anyway, now that we're back in here where there's some lighting and I'm in front of a heater so I'm not freezing to death, like I said, all the wiring's done. They've got everything hung up, everything put where it needs to go, all the necessities. The four-wheeler will fit in there. The only thing we've got to figure out is the pit lights. So I'm sure they'll figure it out and they'll rig something up, just like always. But yeah, we're close to being able to go racing. This close. Just got to hopefully do some setup work tomorrow and finish all of that up. And then practice is still set for this Thursday, weather permitting. Weather's not looking good. We'll have to see how that goes. And then we may go to Smoky Mountain Friday to watch. World of Outlaws is there. If they don't cancel, I don't know what they'll do with the weather, because there is some bad weather coming in Saturday, and those guys are going to be traveling back or wherever they're going in that, so I don't know what they'll do with that. But we don't have any plans to race this weekend. It was just going to be practice on Thursday, racing next Saturday at Talladega. With the trailer being new, we don't want to take it far off. We just want to kind of take it as close as possible, so that we can just test it out, make sure everything's going to be smooth sailing and everything's going to go good. But anyway, we'll be back out here tomorrow and we'll show you guys what we get done tomorrow.
Alright guys, so we're going to wrap it up here tonight. Now this is probably a pretty short, quick video. Didn't get a whole lot of videoing done. We did do a few things here and there, but nothing major. We did get the car on jack stands, got the wheels and tires off of it. Brandon is coming tomorrow to letter the car and wrap it. That way, so that'll be done. Trying to think about what I want to say here. That'll be done. During the day tomorrow, though, I'm going to work on checking all the nuts and bolts, making sure everything's tight, everything's where it's supposed to be, getting everything situated and finished up and locked down in its final place before it hits the track, so that once the car gets wrapped, we can put the car on the scales and get everything scaled out, see what the difference is in the crate motor versus what it was with the steel motors, as well as the weight of me and moving that fire system and all that good stuff. So we do need to go get some more fuel for it. Got to get some new spark plugs. We're going to swap the plugs out just because this one's been setting up. We don't know if it had been fogged down before. I'm sure it probably had some winterization on it. As knowing who the motor came from, they took good care of it. So we're just going to go ahead and change the plugs out, start off with new spark plugs. Going to run through all the valves, make sure nothing's amiss there. Just the time and just a little bit, and go to town. That's our game plan, and hopefully, like I said, the rain will hold off for Thursday night and we can go make some laps. We can test the trailer out going down the road, and we can test this motor out, and our fresh Penske shocks from Hunter, and hopefully be racing the week after next, or next week, I'm sorry. So and maybe get this season kicked off. So we appreciate all of you watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. Head on over to Patreon, get signed up over there. If you hadn't already, there's a couple of odd and end stuff over there where you don't never see it over here. So head on over there. You still got time to head over there and get signed up and take a guess on who could win that mini door and the hat and the t-shirt and all that by guessing the correct wrap colors that we're going with. So head over there if you haven't or have forgot about it, and we'll catch you back out here tomorrow. Appreciate you. Real quick, thanks to all our partners: Warp Speed Performance Parts, Barry Apparel Co, WJI Enterprises, Penske Racing Shocks, Brinn Transmission, Gorsuch Performance, Stop Tech Brakes, PPM Racing Products, BB Designs. We'll catch you guys all back out here tomorrow and be wide open again. Thanks.